am Portia Sylvia Awayan, a Filipino Lay Redemptorist, and I come from Sinakaban, Misamis Occidental of the northern part of Mindanao. Way back in the 1970s, I was then a social work student in one of the universities in Dumaguete City, and I had my community practice in one of the villages under the Our Mother of Perpetual Help parish run by the Redemptorists. So I attended one Christian community seminar, or we call it CCS, organized by the Redemptorist. That seminar was a 12-session seminar and a weekend seminar. And in that seminar, that really awakened my consciousness as a Christian, awakened my faith, my understanding of God, my understanding of the church, of the situation, about liberation, and about serving God and serving the people, especially the poor. That was really a conscientizing experience for me. That began my attraction to the Redemptorist charism, to their preferential love for the poor, and their message of plentiful redemption to the poor. That really was an attraction for me. So after graduation, I had three choices. One was to work with government, there was an invitation, and the other was to work with the university, and the third choice was to work with the Redemptorists, because there was an invitation from Father Pat O'Connell to work with him at the retreat house. He organized an outreach program at the retreat house in Cebu City. So, to the dismay of my parents and of my classmates, I chose the invitation of the Redemptorists, because my attraction was raised up to the level of desire to work with them, especially in serving the poor, because that really fired up my passion to serve the already disadvantaged people as a social worker. So I started in March 20, 1976 to be exact. So it's been 44 years now. There were times that I attempted to work with an NGO, a non-government organization, and also I taught in the university for 2 years. But then I would always come back because I would miss working in the missions with the Redemptorists. I would say that I listened and responded to God's call for me as a Redemptorist Lay Missionary. In 1984, together with 3 other lay missionaries, I started discerning to continue working in the missions with the Redemptorists, and that took me 6 years of praying and discerning over that call to really give my life to the missions. So after 6 years, we founded what we call the Filipino Lay Redemptorist, or FLAIR community. And in this community, we deepen our vocation and mission as lay people, and at the same time, deepen our sharing in the charism and spirit of the Redemptorists. So through the years of associating with the Redemptorists and the formation programs that I received from the Redemptorists, I found myself growing in my human, personal, and spiritual self, in my spiritual life. The trust and respect that I received from the Redemptorists also sprinkled and nurtured my vocation as a Redemptorist Lay Missionary. My own giftedness as a social worker, my gifts and contribution as a social worker were also appreciated, like my skills in community organizing, in group work, in facilitating seminars, and formation of leaders and counseling. I felt affirmed and fulfilled as a social worker missionary, sharing in the charism and spirit of St. Alphonsus with the Redemptorists. I developed my love and my friendship with Jesus through this partnership. I found myself, I found my identity of who I am, a Redemptorist Lay Missionary, through this partnership with Redemptorists. The Redemptorist Lay Missionary is one who embraces his or her baptism, who is confident about her giftedness, and shares in the spirit and charism of the congregation founded by St. Alphonsus. That charism of preaching the good news of plentiful redemption to the poor, especially the most abandoned. He or she owns this calling or vocation in life. So he or she then commits joyfully to work in the mission of God through working in partnership with the Redemptorists. Lastly, I would call on all lay people to seriously embrace our baptism and the mission that we share during baptism. And that I also pray that we be appreciative of our own giftedness, that we can actively contribute to the mission of the church, especially in bringing good news of plentiful redemption to the most abandoned and bringing God's love to these people. We are precious and valuable in the eyes of the Lord and in the vineyard of the Lord. So let's bring hope to this wounded world by responding to our vocation and our mission as baptized people. And we can do this better and best if we work in partnership with already established groups and congregations in the church like the Redemptorists. So may the Most Holy Redeemer bless us. Amen.